Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar to today's special program and the Golden Vessel. And we have both Didis with us. So we will start the program with Bhatti and taking Drishti from both Didis. So I request everyone, please keep your videos on for throughout the whole program so that we can share Drishti, we can receive Drishti from Didis, and also Didis can see everyone on the Zoom screen. And it will be a beautiful experience together. Just to let you all know that we have translation available in Chinese, French, Portuguese, Spanish, Korean, Hindi, Nepali, Telugu, Tamil. So whoever needs translation, select the language. So during the bhakti, we will do it totally in silence. So just to let you know, so we'll begin our bhakti with two didis. Om Shanti.
अरे शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। जहाँ होता है मानव का धन, वही होता है उसका मन। इसलिए परमात्मा ने बताया, मुझसे लगा लो अपना मन। हम सा नहीं कोई जमाने में, रचना रचता का ज्ञान जिसे, पर ऐसा भी बनना होगा, नहीं कभी अभिमान जिसे। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। ये दुनिया तो मायावी है, माया से भला कैसी यारी। अपने तो दो ही ठिकाने हैं, वैकुंठ दुनिया निराकारी। धुंधला सा अंधियारा है, दीपक से उजियारा होगा। ये आँख भी तन का दीपक है, ये ज्ञान जीवन दीपक होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा। अरे शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन होगा।
Om Shanti. Welcome to our special Didi, Angelic Jayanti Didi ji. Heartily welcome from all of us, Avyakti Parivar. So, we have angels coming for you.
ओम शांति मोहिनी दीदी, आपको जयंती दीदी, आपको भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। ओम शांति जयंती दीदी, वेलकम टू व्यक्ति परिवार। वेलकम टू व्यक्ति परिवार जयंती दीदी। This for you.
Shanti Jayanti Didi, welcome to the United States. Thank you for coming. You are such a powerful soul. You have so many experiences, but you share with everyone. And we would love to learn a lot from you. Thank you so much, Jayanti Didi.
sweet angel. You're a very sweet angel, and you're so kind. Om Shanti. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi. You are an angel because you are filled with peace and happiness. You are a truly joyful soul because you are knowledgeful. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi. You're light like you're always light like Baba. I also like to be like you. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi. Your gift is ability to explain spiritual in ways that make sense by inspiring others. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you represent all the 7 qualities and you're one of the best souls out there. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you're always happy, loving, joyous, peaceful, and sweet.
Om Shanti Didi, you are a sweet angel.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you are a victorious soul. Dear Jayanti Didi, you are peaceful, powerful, strong, kind soul. Om Shanti. Politely speaking soul. I wish I could speak as soft and politely as you. I love your meditations. Om Shanti. Thank you for visiting us. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi. You are a loving soul. We are so lucky to have you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, thank you so much for visiting us. You are such a beautiful, kind soul. Om Shanti. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you are a so loving soul as a mother. Om Shanti Didi, you are a beautiful soul.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you are such an elevated flying angel. Thank you so much for visiting. We are excited to hear your experiences. Om Shanti.
You are a sweet and loving soul.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you are Baba's very special angel.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you are a loving, caring, and compassionate soul.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you are Baba's angel. Thank you for visiting us. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, you have a heart that is filled with everything. Love, truth, and peace. Om Shanti.
Hello, Jayanti Didi. You remind us that inside we are all the color of peace. And I made this to show that. Thank you.
I need to I'll read this, then I could show you. Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, and you are a loving soul. And can I show you now? Oh, I made a card and this is
Aryan, please wait.
Om Shanti Jayanti Didi, and you are a loving soul. You are so beautiful. You are like a soul. I like you so much. Thank you for coming. I really want to learn good things from you. I like you so much.
Thank you for your inspiration, for your life and love. Thank you for your recognition of the one above. Thank you for your sweet compassion, for your life of truth. Thank you for walking on this earth. Thank you for being you.
At a young age, a special jewel had been born in the family. Jayanti Didi was born in India, but she moved with her family to London at the age of 8. As she returned to India over the years, she had met Brahma Baba and served with him. At the age of 19, she surrendered her life to Baba and to world benefit. Didi's unique childhood with Brahma Baba had prepared her to bring wisdom of the East to the West.
Making the lesson of serving the self is the greatest service. Didi had become an instrument for service by establishing BK presence in the West. She is the additional administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. We are very, very fortunate to have our dearest Jayanti Didi with us today in Avyakti Parivar.
Om Shanti Didi. So this was little presentation from our all Avekti children, and they are so happy, and we are also very happy, and we would like to hear now from you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. And a big, big thank you to the Avyakti Parivar children, especially for the very sweet and warm welcome that you've given me. But of course, my heart also says thanks to Didi Mohini and also Bhumi Ben for inviting me to join you on Avyakti Parivar. It's a great honor and privilege to be here with Didi. And I know that you've all been taking so much sustenance over the last several years now through this program. I meet people all over the world, whether it's in Europe or the USA or wherever I go, and they tell me that they see Avyakti Parivar and they've had so much benefit from this. So our heart says thank you to Baba for giving Didi Mohini the strength and the power to be able to carry on with this service that's absolutely sustenance for the whole wide world. And so it's my privilege to be here with you today. And the topic I've been given is a very beautiful one. And maybe it's one of my favorite subjects, actually. The whole subject of the golden vessel. Because the golden vessel is our intellect. And Baba calls it the golden vessel because only in that golden vessel can you keep God's knowledge. If the vessel is not clean, if the vessel has been tainted by anything else, if the vessel has been a little bit polluted with things from Kali Yuga, then it can't hold God's truth. And today's Murli about truth was a very, very profound Murli in which really Baba is showing us what truth is and how to be able to follow the path of truth. And within that, of course, the main role that Baba was talking about was the whole role of the intellect, the buddhi. Why? Because Baba was reminding us that if the buddhi only holds God and God's truth, then that soul is going to be finding the path to mukti and jivan mukti, and is able to prepare to go to the land of truth, Satyug. And if the buddhi is polluted by anything else, whether it's desires, whether it's attachments, whatever it may be, human beings, or maybe even things and possessions, whatever it is that I give space in my buddhi to, if there's anything else except the one, then that buddhi isn't polluted. And that buddhi then, because it's moved away from the truth of fulfilling the promise of only one, now it's moved away from that, and the soul is going to have storms, it's going to have challenges, it's going to have hard work. And so to be able to know the truth means to keep my buddhi very, very clean and pure. Then I'm able to understand what Baba is asking of me. And I can understand all the secrets that Baba is revealing to me. And so it means that although all of us, when we come to Baba, we are blessed with this gift of the divine intellect, but yet not all of us take good care of it. And of course, the main thing that Baba spoke about is just making sure I keep one and the truth of the knowledge of the one with me at all times. But also, in previous Murlis, Baba has also explained that instead of looking at the self, Swa Darshan, if there's Par Darshan, if I'm seeing others, then of course, again, my intellect gets polluted. I'm not able to see the truth or hold God's truth in this vessel. And so there are things that I need to do to make sure that I keep this vessel very clean. If someone gives you a gift, that's your fortune. But then once they've given you that gift, it's your responsibility to take care of it. You're not going to be checking every day whether the gift that they've given you is clean, is safe, is unbroken, is as beautiful as when they gave it to you. That's your job. In the same way, we were very, very fortunate that through our period of love for God, love for truth, through the Copper Age and the Iron Age, through thousands of years, we came to the point where we were blessed and Baba was able to give us a divine intellect with which we were able to know him and recognize him and belong to him. And so God blessed me with a special, special vessel. But then it's up to me to keep it clean, to keep it safe, to make sure that there's nothing else that influences it. Mama used to say that the Divya Buddhi, the divine intellect, is like a little baby. Those of you who've ever held a little baby know how delicate, fragile that baby is. And they'll especially say, make sure that you hold the head so that the head remains safe, because as yet at that point, it's not yet developed all the skull and all the bone structure that needs to keep it safe. So you have to hold it very carefully. And it's like the baby has to be wrapped in cotton wool to be kept safe. And so Mama used to say that your divine intellect is like that. It's a little baby that you have to protect and hold very safe. and keep it wrapped in cotton wool. And so that means that if there's anything from outside that's influencing my buddhi, then that baby is damaged. And so I have to make sure that nothing from outside influences it. We are so lucky that we hear God's knowledge every day. Just imagine being able to have a conversation with God at Amrit Vela. Who could believe that it's possible to have a conversation with God not just once in a lifetime? They would feel they were fortunate even if it happened once. But we're able to have the door of the subtle region open, and Baba invites us in every day at Amrit Vela to have a heart-to-heart conversation with him. How do we have that heart-to-heart conversation? Again, it's the power of the divine intellect that enables us to have this communication with God. And then every single day, we get blessings from God, we get Srimat from God. If a person were to receive a special blessing from even a mortal guru, they would feel so lucky, so fortunate. And for us, it's not just a guru who's giving us one blessing, but it's a Satguru who is giving us blessings every single day. And not just one blessing, although at the end of the Murli we hear this, we see this and we hear it, Vardhan, the blessing. But in fact, the whole of Baba's Murli is a blessing in itself, to be able to understand all the secrets that God holds in his buddhi, and Baba transfers all of that to us. The scriptures say that the sparrows drank the ocean dry. And for us also, there came a time when after all those years of giving us sustenance, 33 years in Sakar, and then nearly 50 years in the Avyakt form, then the ocean said, now I've given you everything that I have. Now it's up to you to keep it in your golden vessel and be able to find the power from it, so that then your life becomes a divine life, but also you have the ability to share this with all the others who know you and even those who don't know you, so that everybody in the world gets an opportunity to know God. Just keep counting your blessings and your fortune, and you'll see that it's a huge, huge list. And so when I'm thinking about my fortune, yes, my intellect, my buddhi remains golden. When I'm thinking about God's blessings, it stays golden. If I'm thinking about the secrets that God has revealed to us, it stays golden. But if I move away from these eternal treasures and I allow my mind to go back to the past, or if I allow my thoughts to go to human beings, then Baba says he can't stay in that vessel with me. You know, when people go to a temple, they make sure that they themselves are very clean and pure, but they also have made sure that the place where they have the images of the divine or the pictures of the deities, that place is kept very clean and pure. And so if I want God to be in my heart, to be in my intellect, to be in my consciousness, that place has to be kept absolutely clean. And so I have to make sure that there's no human influence, no thoughts of familiarity, no thoughts of taking support from a human being, no desire to have anything of the world out there, no desire to even have anything on a subtle level of name and fame and praise. Why should I want any of these things when I have all the gifts and treasures that God has given me? So as I reflect on all those treasures and I absorb the power that Baba's given me through these treasures, my buddhi becomes so powerful, filled with truth, that it's able to carry me to my home, which is my true home, and carry me to my destination of the land of truth. The buddhi is the most powerful vehicle we have. It's this buddhi that can carry me home to Paramdham. Just experiment with that anytime, even for a few moments. Experiment with that at Amrit Vela, and you'll see that the clean intellect, the golden vessel, is able to carry you up above to your home and give you that experience. My buddhi is also the vehicle that can carry me to the golden age, and even today in Sangam Yug, give me a feeling and an experience of what that golden age is truly like. The divine buddhi is what allows me to recognize myself, to recognize God, and to recognize my family, because we come from so many different lands, so many different cultures and backgrounds. We speak many different languages. I'm told that there's at least 10 languages being translated now on Avyakti Parivar. The Murli is translated into 19 different languages at the moment. And so it's many, 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 many varieties. But within all of that, the golden vessel, the divine intellect, is able to allow us to connect with each other through the power of silence and the power of love that God has taught us. And so truly, the divine intellect is the golden intellect, the golden vessel that is the foundation for our life in Sangam Yug. But it's also the foundation for the wisdom that we have in the golden age. When Baba says everything happens automatically in a very natural way, the possibility of that is only there because we all have a golden intellect, a golden vessel. Because everything moving with the power of truth, the power of wisdom, that happens because we have, all of us, the divine intellect when we are deities. When we meet together in the golden age, we won't need to say too much, because our intellects and our thoughts and feelings will be connecting with each other in a very beautiful way. And we would see that even with the dadis. The dadis didn't have to explain things or discuss things in detail. One would say, and the other would understand and instantly accept. And so, what was their communication? Most of you met some of the daddies, if not all the daddies. I'm sure some of you who were watching and listening met all the daddies, right from Didi onwards, every one of them. And you saw how they communicated. It wasn't just in words, but it was from the heart. It was through their thoughts and feelings. And so just a few words and the other would understand. And it didn't take discussion to come to a common perspective and a unified approach to something. It happened because there was the communication of hearts. There was a communication of the intellect, able to catch each other's signals. So everything of the golden age is being started now. And so can we at this moment in Sangam Yug also cultivate this so that our buddhi is completely pure and golden without any trace of any other influence, And with that golden vessel, the communication today will begin in that way, in which truly we understand each other's hearts and feelings, and the wisdom that lies within in each one reaches out and touches the other. And so the family comes together, very beautifully held together through the power of God's love being experienced by the golden vessel, the divine intellect. So it's been a pleasure and a joy to be with all of you, and all good wishes. And I know that Didi Moini is going to continue to sustain us all through Avyakti Parivar till we're all ready to fly home together. Om Shanti.
There's only one.
बाबा कैसे चुन करके अपने को अपना बना लेता, गीत आता है ना कि उसने मुझे अपना बनाकर मुस्कुराना सिखा लिया।
किसी ने अपना बना के मुझको मुस्कुराना सिखा दिया, अंधेरे घर में किसी ने हंस के चिराग जैसे जला दिया, किसी ने अपना बना के मुझको मुस्कुराना सिखा दिया।
बच्ची भी आ गई है, कमाल है। पैदा होते ही बहुत स्नेही, सहयोगी, सर्विस एबल बाप दादा बच्ची को सेवा और सहयोग और निर्माण का सर्टिफिकेट देते। अभी देखो सभा के बीच में कहा है। There is only one, only the love of one, unlimited and eternal is the love of one. There is only one, only the love of one. So just
पहले का नाता कोई यूं ही नहीं दिल लगाता, कोई तेरा मुझसे है पहले का नाता कोई यूं ही।
रजनी इसको लेके आई
In the beginning, when Rajni Ben brought Jayanti Ben,
तो मेरी बालकी में आंख भर गई। अच्छी 8 साल की
Dadi,
थी।
she was 8 years old,
बच्चों का
and
क्लास
Dadi's
होता
vision
था।
was drawn to her. There
पर
used to be a
बालकी अच्छी
children's
थी।
class, and Dadi's vision was on Jayanti
सदोरी
Ben. She
थी।
was a good child.
से हम
The
बच्चों को
foreign
पालना
lands,
दी है ना,
and right
वो
from the
पालना
early
का
days, the
सबूत दे रही है।
sustenance that Baba
बड़ी
had
बात
given
नहीं कर
us,
रही है। पालना जो बाबा की मिली है,
Baba
हड्डी
made
सच्ची,
sure that she
एक
received
बाप
that
दूसरा
same
न
sustenance
कोई, तो
that has
सबको
penetrated her bones,
ऐसे
so that
पुरुषार्थ
she
कराने
has
में
that feeling of one
निमित्त
Baba and
बनने
no
वाले के
other.
ऊपर है। बाबा कहते हैं ना, जिम्मेवारी भी है ना,
Baba says those who are
तो
instrument
जिम्मेवारी
souls
का
have
ताज
responsibility.
बाबा ने
And
जिसको
so
पहनाया है,
those who have been
तख्त
crowned
पर
with the
बिठाया
crown of
है,
responsibility
तिलक
and
लगाया
sat
है।
them on the throne.
से फरिश्ते तुझसे ये कैसा नाता, कैसे ये दिल के रिश्ते, ओ नन्हे से फरिश्ते।
Somebody asked me yesterday, do you realize how much the family loves you? And I said, yes, I know. And it's a very, very moving moment to feel all the waves of love reaching me.
परम पिता के प्रियजनों का स्वागत बारंबार है। ओ परम पिता के प्रियजनों का स्वागत बारंबार है। ये आंगन ये द्वारे सूरज सितारे कहता ये संसार है। ओ परम पिता के प्रियजनों का स्वागत बारंबार है।
दोनों दादियों को दिल से बहुत बहुत थैंक्स।
हे माता जी, आकर वो दिन भी आएगा, आप लाएंगे जो सब कहेंगे वाह 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 वाह।
Om Shanti, Sister Jayanti, and I think you're muted, but so they'll unmute you. I get the honor to interview you tonight, but after seeing those images of you, I don't know where to start, and there's so much of you. You know, it's like a picture paints 1,000 words. That's what I was feeling when I was watching those images. And I wonder how you're feeling. Are you feeling up to being interviewed?
Well, it was very beautiful things that I was seeing from Baba and the scenes with Baba and the daddies. So I'm lost in that love.
I can see it. I can feel it from you. But anyway, let's fulfill the purpose of me being with you on Avyakti Parivar. And I'll start with not really questions, but prompts based on stories that you shared with us this past weekend. And one of the stories you shared was there were a few people, but let's just say there was a person who wanted to join the BKs, but they already belonged to another organization with a guru. So they went to the guru and says, you know, I've listened to the knowledge of the BKs and I now want to join the BKs. And the guru said, okay, if that's what you want, then sure. But remember, it's alliance path. And then we, of course, listened to Baba. That person may have come to Baba. And in listening to Baba's Murli, Baba would have said, it takes a golden vessel to hold the milk of a lioness. What is these metaphors about alliance path and the vessel being golden to hold the milk of a lioness? Why are these metaphors used in relation to this golden vessel, to this intellect?
If you think about cows move together, all together in a herd. But if you think about a lion, it's a single lion alone who's moving forward. And is courageous enough to be able to stand alone and face whatever it is that may come. And so Raj Yoga, the path to perfection, is really that. Yes, we have a gathering, we have a family, but yet it's me and my relationship with God, and that's what's going to carry me to my destination. So this guru knew that it meant purity. This guru knew that it meant that detachment from all the things of the world out there. And so that's what he was cautioning this lady about. But she was a very brave and powerful individual who really had understood something. And so she was ready to absolutely follow God's instructions. And she did amazing service. And then if I tell you the story that I've heard from Dadi, because I knows about actually milk a lioness, capture that milk. But I asked Dadi that, is this real? And she said, yes, she had seen it happen. And apparently there were a few girls in her family in terms of her siblings. And so I've forgotten whether it was 3 sisters or 4 sisters that she had, but a number. And there had been 2 boys that had been born, but both boys had died. And so when this last boy was born, the mother was very scared and concerned that the child again would pass away. So she went to the room. At that time, she was in Bhakti, of course. She came to Baba later. But to that point, the Guru said to her that the child is very, very fragile and needs a huge amount of nourishment. And the only nourishment that's going to make this child strong is going to be the milk of a lioness. And you could only keep that stable without it curdling if it's a golden vessel, because gold is a metal that's completely clean, completely pure. It doesn't get tainted by anything. And so this metaphor of gold always. But apparently then they were able to get lioness's milk, keep it in a golden vessel, and feed the child this, and the child was able to be strong and grow up. And so she would sometimes speak of her younger brother. He was the youngest in the family. And at one point we were traveling through Bombay, and she showed me, this was the shop that my brother ran. So he grew up to be mature and lived to not a very old age. He passed away before her, but to a good age.
That's fascinating that these metaphors that Baba uses in the Murli actually has actual occasion to them. Something really happened. Now, I didn't even know that story. So thank you for sharing. It's beautiful. So really, yeah, it is something very special. And so keeping this line of the golden vessel, I looked at you with Daddy Janki in that little alcove of a basket chair. It looked as though it was a wicker chair you were sitting with her in. And it jerked my memory to the days that you used to translate for Daddy. So, in those days, Dadi is like the Ganges of knowledge. She's always flowing. She's the master ocean of knowledge. She is sharing knowledge and she's churning at the same time. So it's coming out like in volumes. And you used to sit there and it was as if she was stacking your intellect, the vessel of your intellect, with point after point after point after point after point. And then you had to translate that back to all of us in English. And you used to be so, what's the word I'm looking for? So close to everything that she said. You never forgot anything that she said. And even if you were to forget, she would remind you. And so this for me is a golden vessel of your intellect that you were able to do that. Tell us about how you were able to do it.
I remember that we were in Germany, one of Daddy's very early trips to Germany. And there was a guru who was visiting, and we'd also been invited to that gathering, and the guru was going to speak first and then Dadi later. And the guru was speaking, and this young woman was translating for him, but he would speak one sentence and stop. And she would then translate that one sentence. And so it went sentence by sentence. So afterwards, I said to Daddy, Daddy, can't you do that? Can't you make life easier for me by doing it sentence by sentence? And she looked at me and she said, but no, you don't have to translate every word like that girl was doing. You just have to understand the essence of what I want to share and share the essence. So don't worry if I speak for 5 minutes and you only translate for 2 minutes. It's not a problem, but just capture the essence. And so because she taught me that, it became very easy. As I was following her, I was following the thread of her thinking. And so I was capturing that. And so it was then very easy for me, because you try to remember words. Now that's not useful. But if you capture the essence and then you share the essence, then you're giving others the nourishment that they need.
But the way you captured the essence was almost word, when you went into the detail of expanding upon that essence, it was almost word for word of what Daddy Janki said. So what do you think was, okay, let me put it this way. If you were to ask Daddy, what is the cleanliness in Jayanti Ben's intellect that allowed her to do that? What do you think Daddy would have said of you?
Daddy would have said she has to concentrate. And if she gets distracted by anything, she wouldn't be able to do it. So I think it was a very, very powerful lesson in staying focused and concentrate. You know, when you're sitting in front and you're seeing somebody come in, somebody go out, somebody come late, it's so easy to get distracted by all those comings and goings. But I knew that if I did that, if I allowed myself to get translated, I'd lose what Daddy was saying. And so it was a brilliant exercise and training in just staying focused and concentrate.
Okay. I think I could ask you one more question before bringing Sister Mohini in. But this question, I think, is very, very subtle. And it's to do with your golden vessel holding the presence of Baba. And I'll share, one is what you shared with us this weekend. The other is what I observed. You remember when we were together in Lebanon, Beirut, and we were staying in a hotel. It was a UNESCO conference we were attending. And Wajiha was there with us, Wajiha, who passed on, but was from Kuwait. And then in the evenings, Daddy always wants us to do meditation with her. So we were sitting, and of course, there was the Mediterranean Sea outside, which we couldn't look at because we had to look at Daddy Janki to take drishti. And you were sitting there with Daddy. And I think that particular evening, Daddy asked you to conduct the meditation. And after the meditation, Wajiha said, what it is about Sister Jayanti that as soon as she sits, Baba, the connection with Baba is so strong that it is almost as if she brings Baba's presence into the room. And that was one thing. The other is that you shared with us being with this professor in Berlin, or not Berlin, another city, which the name I'm not remembering, but you, yeah, okay. And he then had a choice of either listening to you talk or doing a meditation. He chose to do the meditation. And after the meditation, he said to you, his experience was he thought that God had forgotten him, but now he knows that God hasn't forgotten him. And so there is something in your golden vessel of the intellect that is able to bring Baba's presence in people's life in a way that is incredible. What is that golden vessel? What is it? Is it a blessing from Baba? Or is it something that you work toward achieving? how did you develop this ability?
It must have been a blessing from Baba, because it happened like this, in the sense that it just came. I didn't have to work for it. And at one point, when I was so shy that I couldn't even speak in front of 3 people, and Baba sent me a letter. This is in October 1968. Baba sent me a letter in Agra. I was there, Baba sent me there. And Baba wrote and said that there was this conference happening in Kanpur, and could I go there? And Baba wanted to have a sister speak. And at that time, it was only Didi Mohini and Sister Rosie who were giving lectures in English. They were brothers, but Baba always wanted a sister. And these 2 sisters were busy and they couldn't go. So Baba asked me to go. And there was a little bit of preparation because I'd never given lectures. So a little bit of preparation with Mahendra Bhai. But then when I stood up on that stage and I spoke, it was just a turnaround in my destiny. Literally, it happened just like that. And I think that was because I said yes to Baba. I think Baba's blessing came.
Beautiful. I think that, Sister Jayanti, you have a beautiful presence, but the beauty of your presence is usually being able for Baba to shine through you. So thank you for sustaining that presence of Baba from the moment I met you to this moment in time. And I think every time I'm with you, I just feel so much closer to Baba and, of course, closer to the family and to the Yagya. So thank you for coming. And now I like to invite Sister Mohini to be with us. And what I'd like to do for the next 5 minutes, and please, you're going to have to play this game with me, both of you, because I'm calling it a rapid response. So I don't want a lecture. I just want a quick response, a rapid response from you. And so you're both going to respond to the same question I'm going to ask. So the first question is all focused on this golden vessel of the intellect. So Baba says, when the intellect is golden, it is broad, it is unlimited, it is farsighted. What does it mean to you? And a quick response, Sister Jayanti.
It means being able to reach Paramdham in a second.
Sister Mohini.
Yeah, I'm still with your assistance, and that is that how unadulterated intellect. And when intellect is unadulterated, it's not only golden, but have all these qualities of sight.
Great. The other one is a golden intellect is able to receive Baba's touchings. How do you receive Baba's touchings? Quick response. Sister Jayanti.
Early morning, a very clear thought comes and must be from Baba.
Sister Mohini.
Amrit Vela, definitely that's where you get the right touchings, but before doing anything, decide anything, think of Baba, and your intellect will be touched for the right thing.
Great. I'm enjoying this. You're really good. You're staying very succinct. A golden intellect is able to recognize signals. How do you recognize signals from others? From Baba, I know, but how do you recognize the signals that someone else's intellect is clean, their vessel is golden? Sister Jayanti.
You can feel that they're speaking from their heart.
Sister Mohini.
They are able to understand our inner feelings, bhavana. And when bhavana is understood, that's where you know that intellect is very clean. So it's not they going for words, but bhavana more. That pure intention and love.
That's interesting. Both of you said it in different ways, the heart and bhavana. So that's a very good thing for us to know, that you will know our intellects are clean from that. Now, many Brahmins find it difficult to receive love from Baba. With a golden vessel of the intellect, what would you say to them that would help them receive love from Baba more easily? Sister Jayanti.
I suggested them to take drishti through Brahma Baba, because that can really allow them to experience the presence of God.
Sister
I
Mohini.
also agree that it's not just through point of light that you experience love, but you have to, like for me, always create Baba's drishti on me. Then you experience love. But also every moment of our life, the sustenance which we are getting is God's love. I really feel his love every moment, not through intellect only, but in my life I say, oh, Baba is Baba's love.
So I have one final question for you, Sister Jayanti, and it was requested from Avyakti Parivar. And then, Sister Mohini, I'll ask you to do whatever you want to say to close it. Sister Jayanti, you shared a story with us, which was very touching, that when you were quite young, you were in the courtyard helping Ishu Daddy to cut nuts, to cut them, to shell them and cut them, the pistachio. And Baba came out of his room, and Sakar Baba, and he was going up the stairs he was going to a seminar, and then he beckoned you to come. And he held your hand, and you said you felt, the softness of his hands, the gentleness of his hands. And he walked you toward this seminar, and he sat you down. You sat down, he told you to sit down, and then he went and took his position with all the senior daddies and the senior brothers. And you were very young. You were almost like those cubs who welcome you, the lion cubs, the lioness cubs, those little ones of Avyakti Parivar, and you were like them, and you sat there. And your golden vessel, Baba must have filled with something at that time that became, that helped you to be who you are today. Now, what would you say to those cubs of Avyakti Parivar so that their intellects could remain golden?
I would say to them, just keep counting all the treasures you're receiving from Baba and keep them alive in your awareness every single day. And that's going to keep you safe, because when you forget the treasures, then you move away. So just every morning, remind yourself of the treasures that Baba's given you.
And also this morning, Baba says, the future is the shadow of the present, right? That was it. So Avyakti Parivar wants you to tell them what's the shadow of the future as you sit with them tonight here in the present. What's the future? What's your vision of Avyakti Parivar in the future?
Avyakti Parivar has sustained thousands of souls. So I see that this is only going to grow, and it's going to serve the whole world. And even where today maybe there aren't any souls receiving that sustenance, they'll find out about Avyakti Parivar and take that sustenance. So it truly is a vehicle to serve the world.
Thank you so much, so much. I love the answers, and I'm sure they took a lot of benefit. And thank you especially for the rapid response. I now know that when I ask you something, you could do it exactly the way I ask you. So thank you for doing that. Sister Mohini, do you want to have some closing comments?
Yeah, it's like chit chat began because Dadi Janki used to love to have chit chat after 7:30. So whosoever was here, 3-4 of us, or sometimes only 2, we will always sit and have chit chat. And I don't know how it grew from there. Then same time COVID happened, and we found out that sisters are alone in islands and people cannot go out. And so even before that, Bhumi had this thought about Zoom. We were talking about Zoom. And then we thought one of the biggest help we can give is to offer them Zoom services. So we contacted Zoom, then we got business account and numbers, like. So I remember the first time we gave, there were 170. So we tell everyone, don't worry to even pay, just apply for it and we will help you. So as soon as people got Zoom, then we asked them, okay, if you want to connect, we can have chit chat. I mean, there is a long story that, but what I appreciate very much is the support which we get, not only from the team, but also like whenever we call you, you had helped us a lot. If you want a topic, if you want interview, anyone we call, there was always a good response. Like Sister Shrin will help, Audie will help. There's Eric and Eric from Montreal, we say Ken and Aaron. When he went to Nepal, he was recognized as Eric from Peace Village, Eric from Avyakti Parivar, because every Saturday, all the questions which come to Avyakti Parivar, he asked me in a different way. Like old Brahmins, they ask certain questions, some new ones ask. So I like it when this support is there. And of course, my aim is to be present. And when I'm in Madhuban, I do early morning, 5 o'clock, as soon as, no, I think 4:30, whenever. So I do it in the morning. If I'm flying, I do it one extra before I leave. And I think it's a good kind of inner feeling for Sister Bhumi to know that there is a lot of support, even if I am the one who kind of, has become like, okay, I will do it and I will continue to do it. But because now it's become a big family supporting it, of course, the translators and 100 of them, they are always there. But for them also, I think women and the team is a big support from all of you. So this way I can just see that, yes, world can be served, and because we all are part of that together. Brother Charlie was there, now Sister Jayanti is here. So for that, I really, I don't take any credits because whatever my feelings are, whatever my little practice during the day and experiences, that's what I share. And I'm very happy that it's benefiting everyone. So I will definitely say that commitment of the Parivar is equivalent or more than my commitment. At 6 o'clock, we turn on for meditation. There are so many of them. We can see now sister from El Salvador and sisters from Brazil, even it's time difference for them. They are there for meditation. Then when I come, and so I really want to thank also to the commitment of the Parivar. Like they have reserved their seat forever, Their same window, they are there. And of course, some of them, those who working on it to have YouTube immediately changed to YouTube, that takes them. They were saying like they can't sleep. When I mentioned about Bhumi when sleeping late, they said that's same with us. Because by the time they convert 9 languages into YouTube, it takes them 2 hours. So when I finish 8:30, then they start putting in YouTube, because next morning, all Asia and they turn on. So they need to put it there in all languages. So yeah, it's Baba's magic. It's everyone's support. And of course, the team who are continuously supporting. And of course, Bhumi, when sometimes I she keep kind of asking me so many questions. What topic then? What is next now? October is coming. What we doing? But I think everyone's help. Yeah. And now because we are taking Madhuban, Avyakti signals, that is helping a lot too. Including then we add, like one Maryada for this month every day. So it's all wonderful. That's what I could say. And thank you, Gayatri, for supporting too.
Oh, you're welcome. Maybe I want to just go back to the subject of the golden vessel. Sister Jayanti, what do you think is the golden vessel of Sister Mohini's intellect?
Oh.
I've always found that Sister Mohini is absolutely spot on in her analysis of something, and then according to that perception, what the solution is. So that's been ever since we started exchanging things in an intimate way from the time that we were together in London in 1974. So that's what I've been observing through the years. A very clear understanding and wisdom that's guided her and has guided service in the Western world.
Sister Mohini, what is Sister Jayanti's golden vessel?
As I said, love for one, belonging to one strength, one support, and amazingly, But one thing I also want to share, that Brahma Baba, when I start going in trance, first thing he told me that how to use that means not be influenced and not go into my personal, like how to use this gift of trance. And since then, I kind of very careful about not being influenced by people's opinions or theories. And even I'm aware, I read, but I don't allow it to enter in my intellect, that it becomes my reasoning. Because if my reasoning is based on opinions and other studies, then that means I've lost the divinity and, the purity of the knowledge which Baba has given us. So that thought always has stayed also with me.
Thank you both, and thank you for the gift of the golden vessel. We appreciate it. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Gayatri.
Thank you.
You dedicate the immense power of your mind and the unconditional love in your heart toward decorating every moment with beauty and dignity. This is for you, sweetest angelic Jayanti, Didi, Sister Jayanti.
Thank you.
And for Sister Angelic Mohini Didi, you have a rare and beautiful condition of the heart that enables you to understand all and judge none. This is for you, Sister Mohini.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, Didis. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful sharing and we really all enjoyed. But I would like to ask a little bit more favor because I know we are running a little late in time, but we have something very special. I hope it's okay. And before we do that, I would like to ask Hola Vyakti Parivar, can you please wave your one hand? And let's greet our two Didis and say thank you. So we have a whole big Avyakti Parivar all together from all over. There are so many countries. There are some Kalasis sitting together. Wonderful. So Avyakti Parivar, I would like to ask each one of you. Meanwhile, what we gonna do next? Would you like to share your blessing for both Didis, right? So can you please write in chat? So we'll compile all of them and we'll give it to them. So if you would like to share any blessing from your heart for both Didis, please write in chat. and we'll compile them and we'll give it to them. So now next, I would like to brief you a little bit. So what we're gonna do next is we have prepared a little bit of spiritual entertainment. I know we already had some, and this is from specially from our Avekti airline. Didi, since last 4 months, we had been going to Madhuban in Avekti airline. We have Avekti airline, and we have Avekti pilots. We have Avekti air hostess, and they come every day and they take us to Madhuban every day. So we want to have that little experience with you also. So we don't want to miss out. And today we'll be going in Avekti airline, but not to Madhuban. And they will let us know where we're going. But you both Didis are the main guest in our Avekti airline. So let's welcome our Avekti pilots and Avekti air hostess. Welcome.
Om Shanti Avekti Parivar and Om Shanti Jayanti Didi. Welcome to Avyakti Airline. And today we are hosting on Avyakti Airline's Avyakti channel.
Om Shanti Vikti Parivar and Om Shanti Jayanti Didi and Mohini Didi. A very special welcome on Avyakti Viman.
Om Shanti, Moini Didi, Om Shanti, Jayanti Didi. Welcome to Avekti Parivar. शांति मोहिनी दीदी ओम शांति जयंती दीदी आपको बहुत बहुत स्वागत है
So, Avyakti Parivar, you're probably where we're going. We are not flying to Madhuban.
So, Avyakti Parivar, we are having spiritual entertainment. Yay!
Yes, today we have spiritual entertainment with Mohini Didi and Jayanti Didi on the flight.
So, I will explain to you what we have today. In spiritual entertainment, Jayanti Didi, you have two helplines. One is Moini Didi.
Yes, and your second helpline is Avyakti Parivar. You'll be asked many questions, and these two are your helplines.
Yes. So, should we begin?
Yes. Let's start the countdown.
Yes, please fasten your seatbelts and the flight is gonna take off in 3, 2, and 1.
Let's
fly! Avyakti Parivar and both Didis. Welcome to Avyakti TV channel.
So, now Didi, you'll be asked 5 questions.
Yes. So, shall we begin? Okay. So, Didi, you have two helplines, as we explained. The first helpline is Mohini Didi. So, if you need any help, you can ask Mohini Didi.
And your second helpline, of course, is all of Avyakti Parivar.
So, are you excited?
Beautiful. I think it's great that there are two powerful helplines.
Yay! So, let us begin. So, let's start with the first question. So, Didi, can you please tell us which year did Daddy Prakashmani first time come to New York? And which year did Daddy Janki come to New York for the first time?
Dadiji came to New York for the first time in 1977. This is before there was a center, and her coming opened the door for service here. And Daddy Janki, I think she came either in 1978 or 1979.
Yes, thank you, Didi. So now your second question is, Didi, can you please tell us who created the original picture of the tree and which ancestor souls are shown seated with Baba and Mama in the tree picture?
Baba had the vision, and then it was Dada Vishwaratan who actually painted the picture of the tree. And I think, now I don't remember exactly, but I think Dadi Prakashmani, Didi Manmohini, and Dada Vishwakishore, Dada Vishwaratan. Certainly these are four people I remember who are seated at the bottom of the tree. Others I don't remember.
Thank you so
yes,
much.
Didi, you're correct.
So the helpline can, Avyakti Parivar can help me with this.
Avyakti Parivar. Okay. Anybody who knows, please text in the chat to help Didi.
There are three more daddies that you still have to guess. So Vyakti Parivar can say this.
Four more.
Okay, 4.
So let's see if anybody helps you from Avyakti Parivar. Adit.
Why don't we see it?
Meanwhile, let's do the third question. Let's see what Avyakti Parivar is going to respond.
Okay, so moving on to the third question. Didi, now our sweet home Madhuban has extended so vast, where we also have huge solar plants in Shantivan. So Didi, can you tell us what is the name of the solar plant and how many solar panels do we have?
It's called India One, and then I think it's 77 solar plants, mirrors and things, but I don't know exactly.
77?
I think so.
Okay.
Avyakti Parivar to help.
Our pilots, what is the right answer?
Question locked. And the correct answer was India One solar plant was the correct name, and there are 770 solar plants.
Missed out one syllable.
So we come back to the second question. Well, there is some response, but I guess it's not the right one. So would you like to share, pilots, the second question?
So the 4 more daddies were Daddy Virjendra, Daddy Dhyani, Daddy Shantamani, and Daddy Bridgeshanta.
Thank you. Very good.
So let's move to the
next question. Didi, can you tell us when we moved from Karachi to Mount Abu? What were the 2 places that Yagya lived in before we built Panda Bhavan?
It was Bridge Koti and then Kota House.
So, that question was very interesting, and I really learned what the names were. And I had a very personal question about it. So, Didi, now we would like to show one dance glimpse. So, after seeing it, can you please tell us where did you see the dance first and when? This dance was performed in front of Dadi and many Maharathis. They all stood up and joined the dance. It was a beautiful scene in the drama, and I was personally touched looking at this. So, Didi, would you like to answer?
I wasn't there to see it, but I saw in the chat box that it said it was performed in Canada. Was that right?
This is not the dance. This is the second time it was performed in Toronto. But the originally one, where was it? And when was it? Because you were part of it. Not only you, but there were many Maharathis were part of it. And Dadi was there too.
Oh.
And you yourself also danced.
Okay, so it would be in Peace Village. All right.
And when?
NCT, it was the NCC motion. No.
Didi's helping you.
Didi's helping.
Lifeline. Yeah. So Didi, let me tell you, this was in 2005.
Okay.
It was the NCCC in Peace Village. That was the last NCCC happened in Peace Village. And Dadi Ichi was on the stage, and you all were sitting on the stage. And from Gayatri Ben, this was the request to do the dance on this. So we few Kumaris prepared the dance, and these were the exact actions what we did. And when it was performed, you all came down from the stage and you all joined, including Moini Didi and everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, pilots. So you want to land back, or you want to keep us on in the sky?
We want to keep you on the sky.
So please let us come back.
Masaya na. Masaya. Masalitirin. Acha.
Shanti, thank you very much, all pilots and air hostess. You all took care of us very well, and we had a very good spiritual entertainment. And thank you, Didi. And now, last just few minutes, because we want to just start our Navratri. Because as we all know that in India already 26th of September. So we just wanna start with both of you. Let's invoke our goddesses. So we have our goddesses with us, and of course, if you see in the middle, we have a beautiful image of goddess. So let's have a song, and we'll see our two didis will do together with us. Start the Navratra.
शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे रे गरबा शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे रे गरबा शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे हे घूमे धीरे धीरे 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 शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे रे गरबा शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे रे गरबा शिव शक्तियाँ घूमे बाबा के संग आज गरबा घूमेंगे बाबा के संग आज गरबा घूमेंगे बाबा 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 के संग आज गरबा घूमेंगे शिव शक्ति संग बाबा भी घूमे गरबा धीरे
Everyone, please join together. Everyone, come join. Everyone, stand up. I'm sure everyone has brought
शिव
you with you.
शक्तियाँ घूमे
Om Shanti, Avikti Parivar. That was a beautiful. So this was just the starting, and tomorrow is the first day. And we have a big family from Milpitas and Peace Village. We want to just say hello to everyone. Om Shanti, Milpitas family.
Hello, Om Shanti, everyone. Kusumed, बहुत अच्छा है. Everyone happy. Okay.
Yes, we have Milpitas family, we have Peace Village family, and many others actually. We wanted to just say here hello from Milpitas family. We couldn't hear you.
Heartily welcome. We are so happy seeing both of angels here. It is as if we are there with you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you everyone for your patience, and it was wonderful being together. And we'll continue every day for next 10 days doing Garba, right? Everyone? Yeah? Good. And you must write your blessing for Didis and we'll compile them and give them. Now let's remember Baba. We'll take drishti from them and we'll end the program. Om Shanti.
तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन दिल को सुकून देते हैं, दिल को सुकून देते हैं तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन जब भी देखूं इन नैनों में, जब भी देखूं इन नैनों में बात नहीं कह देते हैं तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन सागर से गहरे नैन तेरे ओ बाबा जो भी देखे इनमें वही खो जाता सागर से गहरे नैन तेरे ओ बाबा जो भी देखे इनमें वही खो जाता अनमोल खजाने पाता इस सागर में जो डूब जाते इस सागर में जो डूब जाते पार वही हो जाते नैन तेरे रूहानी नैन ओ बाबा तेरे रूहानी नैन
Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti. बोलो गुड नाइट उस टाइम अभी करना पड़ेगा.
Good night to everyone. Enjoy the 9 nights of the worship and the dancing of the Shaktis. Thank you.